Alright, here we are. We're back with Shogun Warriors. This is issue number 17. Invincible Guardians of World Freedom. The Shogun Warriors. Let's see. You see this shit? You see what this says? You're a kid. You're flying a Shogun. And it's really fun. Right? Wrong. Okay. So immediately, I'm very curious as to what exactly has happened here. Because in the previous issue, everything was pretty fucked up. You remember everybody from Shogun Sanctuary died. All the followers of light are dead, including Dr. Tambura. And now it looks like we're doing kind of a 180 and focusing entirely on something else. Hopefully not, because I really want to know what happened to those guys. I'm really very concerned about it. Anyway, let's see. Stanley presents Shogun Warriors. This is titled The Juggernaut. Okay, the brutal destruction of Shogun Sanctuary has shocked and depressed Shogun operators stuntman Richard Carson and test pilot Genji Odashu. Now there will be no more help from the slain followers of light, no easy repairs or spare parts for the awesome Shogun robots, no convenient storage. The change does offer them a new beginning of self-sufficiency, responsibility, and independence. But as they watch Ilongo Savage depart in his Shogun Dangard Ace, they are in no mood to appreciate it. Alright. So they're not totally ignoring it. I'll be sad to leave here, Carson, and I'll miss Ilongo terribly. The Madagascar coasts seem so far away. I know, Genji, but he's sure an underwater cabin near his oceanography center is the perfect storage place for Dangard. We still have to find places to store Combatra and Raideen. They stand, braced against the vortex of Dangard's departure, and... We've got to leave too, Genji. Let's get it over with. I'm still staying at my place in LA until I get settled in San Francisco, if you and your girlfriend will have me. Don't worry about Dina's jealousy, just part of her act. And so, as the two of them step in front of the Shoguns Raideen and Combatra, the anti-gravity shimmer tubes are automatically activated, lifting them towards the boarding portals. And inside the control cockpit within Combatra's head... What the? A mouse? Infests my Shogun? That's weird. How did a mouse get in there? After all we've been through, I don't know whether to laugh or to cry. It really is the last straw. Yeah, I kind of get that. How did it even get in here? Oh, what does it matter? I've managed to put up a brave front before, Richard, but really I feel like nothing matters anymore. Oh well, time to prepare for liftoff. Later that night, halfway around the world, the streets, in the shadow of the Golden Gate Bridge, abruptly buckle and shake with the force of an earthquake. Oh god, let's go. This is a new monster. A new monster is arriving. No, look up there. It's UFOs. But both conjectures are born of panic and are wrong. Quite simply, two of the mighty Shogun Warriors are streaking down for a landing in the San Francisco countryside. Soon, in a San Francisco coffee shop... Look, Genji, I know you're beat. We both are. But we've got to decide, where in blazes are we going to stash those humongous robots? Yeah, that would be my primary concern. Raideen will be safe in the hills near my house until our mysterious enemies decide to move against me. So let's concentrate on a hiding spot for Combatra. Since I plan to settle in San Francisco eventually, it makes sense to store him here. But where? A tunnel? Underground? It'd take too long, Genji. We need a new place now. Say, I think I've got just the idea. If we can just find an abandoned building somewhere. What? They're gonna... And so, in a deserted section of the city and under the cover of a storm... You were right, Genji. Combatra's component modules will be perfect for this kind of work. What? They're rebuilding the city? Though, how you remember which of his 5 pieces does what is beyond me. Which are we riding in? We're in the Earth Mover 3. It's normally Combatra's lower torso and abdomen. Well, it is aptly named anyway. Shortly, inside the decrepit tenement. Okay, Genji, I'll direct from out here first. We gotta remove all the floors and ceilings and clear up the roof. No problem, Richard. Brawam! That's a good name for a laser. Brawam! That's not bad. Wow, that's loud. I hope it passes for thunder. Yeah, nobody's noticing this. These people are just taking over this entire place. Next, let's get this rubble cleared away and blast a humongous hole through the foundation. They're gonna feel those tremors in San Juan, but we've created the perfect bolt hole for Combatra. Earth Mover 3 summons the other 4 robot-controlled components, and inside the now hollow building, they look together at once again to conform the Shogun Warrior Combatra. I hope it'll be safe, Richard. Sure it will. What could happen to it here? Oh, somebody will fucking find it. Dude, homeless people inhabit those kind of buildings all the time. They're gonna find your giant fucking robot, I promise you. And a long drive later. You sure you want to be let out here in the middle of nowhere? We're sure. Then you got it? Yeah, we got it. Poor guy probably thinks we're nuts, Genji. Sometimes I think I am nuts. But every time I see Raideen again, the doubt just vanishes. Man, he looks spiffy against the stars, doesn't he? Magnificent, Richard. The followers of the light have given us a great and awesome gift. Amen, Genji. And heaven help us if that gift is ever abused. Now let's go home. Though Los Angeles is 300 miles away for Raideen, it is but a short jump to Richard Carson's unique wood butcher house set atop a hill, where stunt woman Dina James impatiently awaits her man. Okay, so they're just gonna store the robots out in the open, which doesn't make sense, but it kind of makes the cover of the comic make sense, because if the robots are stored out in the open, I don't see any reason why a kid wouldn't just fucking go and take it. I mean, if I was a kid walking through the forest and I found a giant robot, I'd fucking take it. I wouldn't report it. Sometimes I wonder about that Richard Carson, I really wonder. Leaving me here to guard his place from who knows what, while he traipses off with that cutesy pie Genji. And what's the matter with me? I thought I kicked the jealousy habit. I guess it's just that, darn it, Genji really is cute. Well, well, speak of the devils, both of them. Dina, you'll never guess what we just did. No, and I'll never win the Irish sweepstakes either. The studio called, Richard. They want you for a plane stunt outside San Francisco at noon. And now if you'll forgive me, I've been up all night guarding the premises. But Dina! Not now, Richard. Not now. I wonder if this is gonna have some kind of a climax, because we only have 3 issues left, man. You gotta pick one, Richard. Pick a woman. Or like make them get along or something. Armando Velez has been fired from the Orchard at dawn. He and his family have wandered around San Francisco all morning in search of a new place to stay. Now they think perhaps they have found one. What did I say? It's homeless vagrants. They take those squatters, dude. Squatters are a thing, man. Your robot is not safe. It's not fucking safe. This building is surely deserted, Father. Can we not live here? Check inside, Enrique, just to make sure. What do they say? They are called intermittent workers, squatters, and their plight is plainly hopeless. I am afraid, Armando, we want no trouble with the police. There will be no trouble, Maria. You and the baby must have shelter. We will stay in this building for just a little while until I find new work. Enrique will make sure that it is abandoned. Hello? He's big for his age, Armando. He is only 11. Sometimes you expect too much of him. He is almost a man, Maria. He must begin to act like one. Is anybody here? Uh-oh. Here it fucking comes. Hello, I said, is anybody here? What? It's a monster! No, it can't be. It's too still. It must be only a statue, but it is fantastic. Mesmerized by the sight before him, he steps closer. Never have I seen anything like this. But what is it doing here in this? Closer? Oh my god. And finally too close. No! But as his body plummets into the invisible sensor field in front of the incredible robot, a burst of energy crackles from Combatra's head, and the automatic shimmer tube reverses his fall. So it was an accident. He accidentally boards the machine. And then, dizzy and tingling, he is somewhere else. What happened? Somehow I'm inside the thing, trapped. I've got to get out and warn Mom and Dad. These buttons, maybe they opened the door. Uh-oh, I must have been the on switch. I hit it and now the monster is coming to life. Oh shit, he blasted off. Look at that. Armando, what happened? Enrique cried out. There was an explosion. Enrique was in there. The ground still trembles. I fear it will make the old building fall. Wait outside, Maria. I will save the boy. If I can. The shocked father races into the dilapidated building as overhead, a berserk juggernaut streaks high over the city. Then swoops terrifyingly low, completely out of control. What the? Radio the headquarters, Ed. Tell him it's one of those giant robots again attacking the city. Wow, inside the huge berserker. Dad is always saying think like a man. I've got to try, but it's hard. Almost hit the ground that time, but this lever pulled me up. It's good. Now I just have to stay up. Oh man, this is dumb. This is stupid. Until I figure out how to land this thing. Oh no, wrong buttons. It's no use. Everything I try just launches another weapon. Yeah, I've always loved the airport because flying looked like so much fun. But this is no fun at all. I'm just too scared. Meanwhile, at a film location outside San Francisco, stuntman Richard Carson does his thing. Cut! Okay, bring out the next stars for the next scene. Perfect, Dickie boy, just perfect. Yeah, great way to make a buck. If only you'd quit calling me Dickie boy. Come on, Genji, let's grab something to eat. But then, a passing mobile unit van. Hey Richard, you've got to see what's on the tube. It's a news bulletin. Giant robot in Frisco. What? Yeah, similar perhaps, identical to the huge robot reported in the Los Angeles vicinity several months ago. But this time, it's apparently out of control. It's Combatra, Genji. I'll snatch one of the film's biplanes, fly to my place so I can get to Raideen fast. He's the only thing that even has a chance of stopping Combatra. You take my cycle and go to the tenement building to find out what happened. Squatters! God, it's so obvious. En route, Genji finds traffic snarled as a result of mass sightings and panic, but the cycle quickly threads its way through the jam to a fateful building. There's no one around, unless there's someone inside. Please, we mean no trouble. You must help us. Our son was here, and now he is gone. Gone? Where? Is your son in a robot? What? They have no fucking idea what you're saying, lady. And I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. This is I'm gonna stop for a second and say this is a little bit of a letdown that they gave such huge plot points in the previous issue, and now it's just a story about a kid, like squatters, and it's a little bit of a letdown. They probably should have led with something bigger or grander leading up to the climax of the story, but it's comic books, you know. They have to fill an issue every month or so. So we'll get to the climax. We'll get there. I'm patient. Inside the robot? Then he may yet be alive, Maria. It happened so fast. We heard him scream, "No!" And then there was an explosion. Then that thing shot up through the roof. Then he must be inside of it. Tell me, you know your son better than anyone. What might he do? Where might he go? Enrique is a good boy. You must believe that. He means no harm. I believe you. But what will he do? He is young, but smart and brave. He is almost a man. He will do his best to control the robot, to stop it if he can. The airport, Maria. Remember how fascinated he was by the airport? How he was always asking me to take him there? Yes, Armando, perhaps you were right. Should have been watching your fucking kid. If he could guide it, he might go to the airport and try to land it there. Good enough. I'll try it. But you wait here and believe me, I only want to help Enrique. That mouse must have tripped Combatra's shimmer tube. Just like Enrique, I should have realized this might happen, but I just didn't think. It's all my fault. I just hope his parents are right about the airport. Either way, I've got to find a way to contact Richard. Contact Radine. Tell him there's just an innocent child in there. And as Genji desperately races for San Francisco International, Radine streaks into the scene of mayhem. Look now, there's two of them! And they're starting to fight! So the kid is trying to fight? That doesn't make sense. Oh, now there's an understatement. Either deliberately or out of panic, Combatra's attacking me with everything he's got. The way it's acting is erratic and out of control. I'll bet whoever's in there has no idea what he's doing. Until I learn otherwise, I'm going to assume Combatra's new pilot is innocent, and limit my actions purely defensive maneuvers. Maybe, if I launch a barrage of near misses, he'll be blinded long enough for me to get Radine's hands on him. No, I can't see. I think I stole this thing on purpose. It's trying to blind me, make me fall from the sky. I've got you. Now hold still. I don't want to let go. Stay away from me. Any button I push just fires more weapons. And now I'm glad. Then, as Enrique frantically hits one button after another at random. Uh-oh. Critical buildup in Combatra's heat ray. Getting ready to blast me. And there's nothing I can do to counter without hurting him. Except duck. Jesus Christ. This is terrible. Oh, terrific. By ducking, I just let that oil tanker get nailed. Oh, fucking great. What? Just stop pushing buttons. This kid is dumb. Just stop pushing buttons. I've got to get that tanker out of the water fast before too much of the oil spills into the bay. Evacuate the docks, everybody now. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I hate to scare everyone like this, but I don't have time to convince them that Radine's intentions are honorable. They'll have to rig up tanks to catch the draining oil. I just have to time. Combatra's completely out of sight, and I don't even know how to begin looking for him, much less how to find him before whoever inside kills himself. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me that you are a Shogun Warrior? You've defeated some of the greatest giant monsters in the universe, some of the most diabolical creatures, beings of pure evil. But this kid just kicked your ass by pushing random buttons. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me when you're playing a fighting game like Street Fighter or something, and like somebody beats you by just smashing the controller. It's a fucking insult. If only the followers were still alive, they could just teleport Combatra back to Sanctuary. What's wrong with me? I've got to get through my head that I'm on my own now. Just me and Radine, and we better start cocking the best we can. The airport. Look, lady, I don't know how you tricked your way in here, but you'll have to leave. This is the flight control tower. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Is she armed? I've got to use one of your radios to communicate with him. No way, lady. We've got an unknown blip on the radar right now, and we don't know what. I do know. It's a giant robot, one of the Shogun Warriors, and it's out of control. Every plane using this facility is in danger. I must use your radio to stop it. Yeah, I heard of them. Alright, call. Make it quick. Then, as Genji locks on Radine's frequency... Wait, what does he mean he's heard of the Shogun Warriors? Whatever. This is Genji, calling Radine. Come in, Richard. And listen carefully. Combatra is being piloted by a young boy. He's just 11 years old. You mustn't... It's a kid. Well, that explains it, Genji. But where is he? I've lost him, and I've been searching everywhere. Try the airport, Richard, and hurry, please. It's coming closer. Dead on. The beam for ground zero. It's huge, and it's coming fast. What? What does any of this even mean? This story... Oh, man, this story sucks. This is flight control to all incoming traffic. Clear out. Repeat. Seek alternate facilities at once. Here it comes. And it's the girl. She was right. It's a lousy giant robot. And look at how low it's flying. Look out. It's coming right at us. What? Inside, Radine. Genji. I'm locked on him. In hot pursuit. And Genji, a few prayers, wouldn't you? Now let's just hope I can think of something to do once I catch up with him. It's another robot. I don't believe it. He's got Combatra at top speed. Only one way to overtake him. I've got to convert from Radine to Firehawk. Hurry, Richard. That pass he made, it almost leveled the control tower. You've got to stop him. I'm trying, Genji. Believe me. But I can't think of any way to stop something like Combatra without creaming the kid inside. He could just stop pushing buttons. You don't have a radio? You can't talk to the kid? Like, you don't have like a remote control or an emergency shutoff or literally anything? While in the Cortex Tower... Air Canada 747 calling flight control. We've been stacked in a holding pattern for 2 hours. Dangerously low on fuel, no capacity to alter landing site. Repeat, we do not have the range for alternative facilities. Alright, Air Canada, but be alert for strange traffic. Very strange traffic. We've got some kind of giant robot buzzing the field. It's apparently out of control. A giant robot? Roger, and if you have any choice at all. Do we, Frank? None. Be lucky to make it down now as it is. This is the captain. Tower. I'm carrying 230 passengers. I can't risk their lives in a forced landing. We're coming in. And come in, the huge aircraft does, directly into the automatic homing range of a juggernaut called Combatra. And inside... Madre de Dios, what have I done now? You're an idiot. That's what you've done. Stop pushing buttons. No matter how many levers I try, no matter how much that plane moves, I keep heading straight at it. Oh no, they're going to collide. It's deliberately dodging the plane. It's deliberately dogging the plane. I thought you said it was out of control. It is, but Enrique must have accidentally hit the automatic homing mode. Automatic homing mode to automatically home in on fucking civilian planes. Kill the kid. Kill him. Kill him. Alright? Kill the kid. Just kill him. It's him or 230 other people on that plane. Probably also a couple kids. So, kill him. That means Radine is our last chance. Our only hope for averting catastrophe. But it's gonna be a desperate shot, Raideen, but it's the only one we've got. It's just you and me, Raideen, buddy. No help from the followers. Now time for us to handle our own problems. The thing's gotta be perfect, pal. 1, 2, 3. Fire. Yeah, shoot him. A blinding burst of energy rips Combatra, which immediately plummets into deadfall. Combatra's head separates, okay, with Enrique inside. I did my best, but I couldn't stop this thing, and now I'm going to die. At least the plane was saved, and for me, perhaps this is the only way it could end. But Raideen has other ideas. We did it, Raideen. You and me, we did it on our own. We saved them all. Did the plane land? Okay, the plane landed. Alright, everybody can relax. The plane landed. It's fucking fine. Later, the beleaguered Air Canada 747 safely touches the runway with but 4 pounds of fuel to spare, and the control tower crew bursts into spontaneous cheers. Combatra's body took a mean crash, Richard, but I guess the followers really knew what they were doing. They built the Shoguns to withstand almost any kind of punishment. Right, Genji. Now let's split with the robots before the authorities get here. And so, a short time later, we thank you 1,000 times for keeping your promise, Señorita Genji. We have brought back our son Rike back to us. Well, as Genji would surely admit, Miss Velez, it wasn't exactly easy. But instead of you thanking us, we should be apologizing to you. There's no excuse for what we let happen to your son. We've got to be sure that it never happens again. Deactivate the shimmer tubes. Perhaps you are right, but perhaps it was meant to be. At least my husband now sees that no matter how brave and resourceful our son is, it is wrong to push him into manhood so soon. Yes, Maria, but young as he is, he did the best he could. And that's the most we could expect of any man. Next issue, the Chaos Wars. Okay, the Chaos Wars, that sounds a lot better than what this was. Now, you guys might not agree with me here, but this was bad. This was a terrible story. If I was buying these in sequence back in the 80s when they came out, and I bought them in sequence, and I bought this issue after having read the last issue, having waited an entire month to see what happens next, I feel like I would be thoroughly disappointed. But hey, that's how it goes. Not all the issues are supposed to be good. They're not all great, grand experiences. Unfortunately, this, I guess, is one of the worst ones in the series. This is probably the worst one, yeah, I've read. And we only have 3 left, so I doubt I'm going to get any worse than this. Because after this, we are going into basically the climax of the story. And then it ends in issue 20, where, believe it or not, I don't know if I should tell you guys. We'll leave it a secret. But it's ramping up. It's ramping up. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Was this a good one? Did you have any empathy for this kid? Because towards the end, I didn't. I'm sitting there, I'm like, just fucking stop pushing buttons, man. You're an idiot. Like, I don't know. I know technically it's not his fault, but whatever. I don't care. Anyway, that's it for this comic book. If you liked reading this comic with me and you want to read more comics with me, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, nerds, stay heroic.